Hello everyone, this is my noobs in combat review from a 500 hour plus player, and I'm going to tell you, is this game worth your time? And to answer that question, yes and no. The main reason I think that is because this game takes a long time to play. And what I mean by that is every level you do is going to take a lot of your time, especially community campaigns. But that's more going to be discussed in the pros and cons of noobs in combat. So, I'm going to go over this now. If there are any developers or anyone like that watching, I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen now. If you don't want to watch any of this video, but you just want to click off, just go to this point in the video and watch this point. Because this is my ideas on what would be good for the game and stuff that would overall improve the game and are really needed updates and overall should be prioritized, at least in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for the first section. I want to go over cons. Yes, cons. I want to go over cons now because I think it is the cons of the game are not quite what you think. Despite the game being great in most aspects and the overall feeling of the game always being good and always being consistent, there's one inconsistent part about the game that I'm not fond of and I think developers are working on, but it's something I want to talk about now. That being ship combat. If you've ever played this game, ship combat kind of sucks. Since ship on ship, it's fine. But to be honest, I hate levels where I can't shoot enemy ships when I'm on land because land units can't shoot ship units, which is bullshit. If they can reach them and they're on a coast, I should be able to shoot them. Like if I have a missile, ATMG, that should be able to hit a ship. There should be stuff that could shoot ships that's on land. That's a primary gripe and con that I have of this game. Another con, which is kind of obscure but more annoying once you start getting later in the levels and start doing rigged levels, is kind of progression. And also, let's just go with progression. Progression in this game kind of is kind of rough because once you got everything, you kind of have everything, which I think needs some work, which I'm going to talk about in the suggestions section, and I'll talk about how that can probably be improved and overall betterized. It's more like a anti kind of thing, but anyway, my thought was some sort of way to, there's a way to only get people of a certain level in or people of a certain amount, because when I'm doing a rigged level, I have some random noob who just started playing the video game. He only has fucking rifleman and a tankette. Joins my rigged level, which needs a lot higher tier units and a lot more knowledge, a lot more skill. So that's a pretty big negative of me, is that. Another negative is primarily a limited amount of content. This is more of a content issue, it's not a huge problem. But I will talk about the biggest and best update for the game that this game needs in the suggestion section. So I highly advise you get to that point or you skip to it because it's highly vital to what I'm going to talk about in the game. Anyways, that's the cons section. I want to talk about the good stuff. So here I'm going to talk about the good stuff, the advantages, the good stuff, everything the game does right. I want to talk about mainly the game's combat, because I think the game's combat and the RTS style is great. It's phenomenal. How one thing counters another and another thing counters another. It's very good. It's like chess, but on a board. It's very interesting and it's very fun. It's not too complicated to where someone couldn't understand it, and it's not too simple to where someone could just walk in and just understand everything. as there's a lot of unique movements and like ways you can move your units and take advantage of their traits that can make them more useful. Which is what I want to talk about next, is traits. A lot of units have certain traits and stuff that make them special, like some having radios to call in artillery or multi-move, so you can go in and out of a fighting position and take advantage of moving back and forth, and also radios to call in artillery, which I think is awesome. Or multi-attack, which can attack multiple times, very useful for bigger tier units that suffer movement advantage and losses. Another thing I like about the game is the levels. The levels feel great. I like a lot of the base levels because they don't take too long. I will say I love the community campaigns. I have nothing wrong with them except that they take too fucking long. If you've ever played this game, you know community campaigns take an enormous amount of time. And honestly, that's more of a con, but I still like them because they're unique and cool. But they are fun and also take a lot of time. So that is a gripe of mine fairly consistently with the game. But that's more of a con. But I still like the levels. I like the overall feel. The game's great. There's nothing wrong with the base game. I think they need to work on a lot of other stuff. A lot of extra features that really could make the game shine. But that's what I'm going to talk about next. And yeah, in this section, if there are any developers in here, please take these suggestions to heart and please adhere to them, because I think they're pretty good. There are only 2 of them, but I think they matter a lot. My first suggestion is leveling for your personal character, so you rank up as a general, a commander, and that kind of thing. The reason I want this system is because of rigged levels and stuff, and people who are under level joining them. Also, this would serve as a form of progression and allow you to get extra stuff like more gems, exclusive skins like milestone skins for reaching a certain level, and that kind of stuff. What I'd like to see with this is that every level you need 10 more XP. You get 100 XP from a normal level, 200 from a tryhard, and 400 from a rigged. This way, you could level up to the max pretty quickly. Some might say you could level up to the max too quickly, this would kill progression. I think not. Having a lot of people at max level, or getting them quickly to max level, makes it easy to identify who isn't ready for the level that they're joining. This would make it overall a lot better for doing rigged levels and getting players in. And also, it would serve as a nice flex for those players who have been playing for a while and have completed all the levels. As having all the rigged levels done doesn't really mean anything, because it's only a flex to you and nobody else. It'd be cool to show that off. But anyway, I want to move on to the most important update of this game that needs added. That being map creation. A map maker is needed. Like, so needed. If there's anything developers need to focus their time on, it is this. It would basically allow for infinite content. Like, nearly infinite content, like special campaigns and special PvP levels. It would allow for endless possibilities. It is so needed in the game. I know this is hard for developers to do, but I really hope they're working on it, because it will propel the game into such a huge, like, improved state that, like, I think I could play it endlessly and have an endless amount of fun. That's the main reason why I don't play the game, is I complete all the levels and I'm done with it. So I really do hope they work on a map creator. And if any developers are watching, please make me a tester so I can test this stuff. I'd love to test it out, and I've been playing in the test server. I always have. As you can see, my hours are quite high. Please give me a tester, because I've encountered so many bugs, and if I could have direct involvement and kind of help fix these issues before they pop up in the test server, that would be amazing. Overall, I think I love noobs in combat, and these 2 suggestions need to be added. The conclusion of this video is that this game is good. If you haven't played it, play it sooner. Play it now. It is worth your time and not. Please play the game. I highly advise you play it. You'll sink so many hours into it, and you won't even know it. I highly suggest developers consider my suggestions and please add them. At least the levels, at least the map maker. Like that's something that needs to be added. With the levels, I think that's also a good idea for progression. I don't know. It's my personal opinion. But overall, I give this game a 10 out of 10 for Roblox and a 9 out of 10 in terms of actual games. More like an 8 out of 10 in terms of like actual games. I think this game is great. It's worth your time, and you should definitely play it and try it out if you haven't already. But, however, this is the end of the video. If you like it, make sure you like and subscribe. I don't really upload that much anymore because I see YouTube as much less of a dream on it as I once did. But I still hope some people see this and developers see this, so that way you can consider my suggestions and also hook me up with Tester. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like the video, subscribe. If not, it's whatever. See ya.